It looks like we have about 44 participants. If any more come in, Tracy, please let them in as you see them. I'm just glad to see everyone join us tonight. Okay, well, let's get started. Welcome, friends and branch leaders, to the GovTrek community's first peer group session. Thank you for joining us today as we officially launch the 2024 GovTrek registration. I'm so honored to be here today with you. My name is Shauna Rule. I'm GovTrek Program Director with AAUW California and Public Policy Chair with the San Diego branch. I'd like to ask you to kindly save your questions for the end of the presentation today. You can write your question down and note the slide number if you'd like, or you can type the question into the chat, but please address it to our lovely Tracy Ramandini, who will be monitoring the chat and asking questions on your behalf during the Q&A session. So again, please hold your questions and we'll be glad to address it during the Q&A. We have a packed agenda today, so let's start sharing the screen and get started. Perfect. See, you've got it. Okay. Well, if you'll go to the next slide, we can talk about today's agenda. We're going to give you a brief program overview and share the incredible impact that we made in 2023. We're going to welcome 2 intelligent and inspiring GovTrek alumni to share their experiences, and then spend some time reviewing what your branch needs to know about the 2024 GovTrek program. And a quick website tour to show you where you can find all the promotional materials. Then we'll open it up for your questions. Next slide, please. What is GovTrek? GovTrek is an educational project by AAUW California to support gender equity for women and girls. It is a free virtual statewide program for young California women who are juniors and seniors in high school. The program's goal is to elevate a new generation to pursue careers in public service and elected office. Our goal is to show various careers in public service and is not only limited to elected office. Participants receive a certificate of completion. They meet elected officials. They receive possible letters of recommendation. They gain knowledge of the political process. They gain access to shadow and internship opportunities. They develop skills that are critical to college admission and employment, such as teamwork, collaboration, critical thinking, communication, and more, all making their college applications stand out. These are skills that are life skills and that translate into any industry. Next slide, please. Following our inaugural year of GovTrek, the board voted to recognize GovTrek as a state program like SpeechTrek and TechTrek. We had phenomenal interest, initially representing 92 California high schools and over 40 AAUW California branches. This year, our goal is even bolder. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. We had 16 legislators and leaders join the girls on Zoom and share their career stories. We had over 20 volunteers assist the campaign teams in the Zoom breakout rooms. We had 45 GovTrek graduates and 8 final campaign teams. Now you're probably wondering why we had over 100 registrants with only 45 girls completing the program. Well, looking at the data, we found that the attrition happened somewhere between the registration and the program start date. So that this needs to be addressed and is something that we're asking branches to help with this year. We will appreciate if the branches can maintain contact with our registrants and potential students in their area. If you can hold in-person meet and greets, and in general, help keep AAUW California GovTrek front of mind for our potential students. And we'll discuss how in the upcoming slides. Next slide, please. Our measurement tool is a pre- and post-program assessment. We looked at the data from girls who completed the program. Thank you. We looked at data from girls who completed the program. They were asked to rate the following questions on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the most. We asked, how would you rate your understanding of possible careers in public service or elected office? It's a previous slide, Lisa, please.
I didn't.
Oh, I know. I think you can right click and go previous. And if not, don't worry about it. I'll be done in a moment. They were asked to rate the following questions on a scale of 1 to 5. How would you rate your understanding of possible careers in public service or elected office? 29% rated, there you go, 4 out of 5 pre-program, and 86% post-program. We also asked if you're interested in pursuing a career in public service. 81% rated 4 or 5 out of 5 pre-program, and 90% post-program. This is not very surprising since most of the girls already had an interest in public service, but we're still proud of our results. Pre-program assessment was done at the time of registration, and the post-program comes from those that completed the program. Next slide, where we'll be talking about the campaign competition. The 7-week program culminates with a campaign competition. Girls form teams to engage a real-world campaign simulation and compete for a chance to win internships and prizes. Teams are formed with up to 7 girls each. Each girl assumes a role, either as we have 1 as a candidate, we have 1 to 2 as a campaign manager, we have 1 to 2 as communication directors and speech writers, and 1 to 2 as field and volunteer managers. The campaign simulation includes 3 components. 1, writing and delivering a stump speech. 2, developing a voter outreach plan. And 3, creating a campaign flyer and a campaign ad. Ultimately, delivering a final 6-minute campaign video to be viewed during the statewide campaign competition. Next slide. Now I would like to introduce 2 of our intelligent and inspiring GovTrek alumni to share their experience in the 2023 program. Both of these young leaders were part of the grand prize winning team. Let's give a warm welcome to Haley from Contra Costa County. Haley, please go ahead and turn on your video and unmute yourself, and we'll stop sharing the slides.
All right, can everyone see me? Yeah, okay.
Yes,
hi
yes.
everyone. Okay, hi everyone. I'm Haley. I'm a senior from Contra Costa County, and so why did I choose GovTrek? Well, first of all, I actually got the notification email because I did Tech Trek when I was in like 7th grade. So that's one thing I love about AUW is that everything is connected through time. Like it's not just like I did it once and that was it. It continues on. But also I was interested in some sort of legal career, and I wasn't really sure what specifically. And since politics and law are very like related and interconnected, I thought this was a great opportunity. Plus it was free. And that was the first thing my parents noticed. They're like, oh my gosh, this is free. So that's the main reasons why I joined. So the 3 main things that I really enjoyed from GovTrek, first of all, was the variety in speakers. I loved how there were so many different types of speakers, lots of course, women speakers from all different sorts of government and political positions, whether they were campaign managers, candidates themselves, or even for me, I actually loved how there were DAs, district attorneys, because it showed me that I could have both a career in law and in politics and have both of that. It wasn't just one track. There's so much I can do with it. Also, I thought it was great. The campaign simulation was extremely fun. Abigail and I were on the same team, so I think we had fun with that. We got to see all the inner workings of how a campaign worked, and I think it was really fun to execute and also just fun to learn about. And then lastly, just right now being able to give back, as like I said before, it's not GovTrek, what you learn from there, and AUW, it's a continuous group. It's not just, like I said, one and done. You can keep giving back and help more, and I'm still taking things away as I continue this process. And I would recommend this program to everyone, honestly. It's even if you're not interested in politics, I know politics can be boring to some people, same with government, but just the idea of wanting to give back to a community, I think is the main part that GovTrek is able to help show people. And that really helped support my career, my future careers. And I'm currently looking at majoring in political science and getting into law or politics in the future. So it worked out perfectly. So, and I want to thank AUW and GovTrek, everyone for the opportunity, and for Shauna for helping me throughout the way and everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Haley. You are wonderful. Let's give a warm welcome to Abigail. Abigail was also on the grand prize winning team. Abigail, why don't you go ahead and unmute yourself?
Hi, can everyone hear me? Okay, cool.
Yes.
So yeah, hi everyone, I'm Abigail, and I'm also a high school senior from Contra Costa County. And as Haley previously mentioned, we were both on the same 2023 GovTrek team, both as campaign managers for our candidate and teammate who was running in a congressional election. And so I found out about GovTrek through my high school's college and career newsletter. And to be very honest, I knew close to nothing about congressional campaigns. At the time, I hadn't even considered pursuing political science or any related majors. Admittedly, I was part of that 71% who did not have much of an understanding at the beginning of the program. So when I came across the GovTrek description, I was ecstatic that there was, And then another thing was that all I knew was that I just wanted to do anything that was not related to math. So when I came across the GovTrek description, I was ecstatic that there was an opportunity to learn about public service oriented career paths from guest speakers and meeting with students from across California. And so throughout the program, I loved that one. I learned so much about political campaigning that I didn't know about before. 2, I had the opportunity to hear from various legislators and congressional staffers who share their career stories and advice. And 3, that the GovTrek teams had the freedom to develop their own unique campaign strategies, such as how Haley and I created a website to promote our candidate. The program developed my interest in public service and led me to interning at the office of California's 10th District Representative, Congressman Mark DeSaulnier, in order to understand how congressional representatives really serve their constituents upon being elected. So through this internship, I developed soft skills such as adaptability and prioritization that will serve me throughout my schooling and in any career field. Overall, GovTrek was an amazing opportunity to learn about the importance of canvassing, get out the vote touches, and promoting transparency between the candidate and their constituents. I highly recommend GovTrek to any student, whether interested in politics or not, as the management, communication, and collaboration skills developed from this program is beneficial for everyone. And so for this amazing opportunity and allowing me to take part in a new year of developing the GovTrek program, I'd like to thank the AAUW California, of course, Ms. Shauna, the GovTrek committee, and everyone here for promoting GovTrek. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Abigail. Thank you, girls. Both of these young leaders are serving on the GovTrek Alumni Advisory Board. I know they're in high school, their last years of high school, probably looking at college, have busy schedules, they're involved in sports and other things, I'm sure, but they're taking the time to serve as our advisory board, and they're joining our committee meetings and giving their youth voice to our committee this year. So I want to thank you girls for that. You've been amazing. If we can share the slide deck again, we can go on and announce our new program dates, our 2024 program dates. So we're excited to announce the 2024 program dates. All sessions will be held online via Zoom. Students will meet for 7 consecutive Saturday sessions, 10 a.m. to noon, and then with the culminating with the campaign competition on March 16th, and that session will be 10 a.m. to 12:30. The next slide talks about online registration. So online registration is officially open as of today. So please encourage students to register for the program and for the optional information session on November 12th. Student registration closes on January 20th, 2024. And then parents must complete the eligibility, liability, and photo release on January 24th, 2024. So you're probably wondering, how can our branch get involved? Well, the most important way your branch can get involved is through recruitment. The branch responsibility is crucial to the success of the program. We're asking you to share with schools, share the program with schools, share it with principals, counselors, school career centers, AP government teachers, your PIO for districts, and share with community partners, with your local county libraries, your Girl Scout troops, the League of Women Voters, the Commission on the Status of Women, and other organizations that align with the AAUW mission. For example, I'll give you a couple of examples. Here in San Diego, we have an organization called Run Women Run. So that they're aligned with our mission clearly. And actually we recruited a speaker from them last year. We've also connected with another organization in the Bay Area called Ignite National. Some of you might know them. These types of organizations are happy to help put the word out about GovTrek. All you have to do is share the pre-made materials that we're going to be presenting to you tonight and providing to you. Our goal this year is to reach 140 registrants. That's our ambitious goal, with a wait list to allow for a full class considering attrition. We encourage girls on that wait list to also attend session 1 in case a spot opens up for them. We'll be providing you, branch members and GovTrek branch coordinators, with camera-ready art for your newsletters, for your website and social media. We'll also be giving you a link to a downloadable flyer and YouTube videos to share with your community. These are the recruitment strategies that worked the best last year. At the time of registration, we asked participants how they heard about GovTrek. And the top way that they heard about GovTrek was through AAUW. The second top was through teachers or schools. The third was through the TechTrek mailing list, possibly how Haley heard about us, and fourth through a parent. So even sharing with local parents that have children not just children, but girls in their junior and senior year of high school will be helpful. So next slide, we'll talk about how you can help us reduce the attrition rate. Well, first and foremost is encouraging your local students to attend the optional information session on November 12th at 7 p.m. Because that will help us identify their schedule and their commitment to the program. Branch members are welcome to attend this informational session via Zoom as well. We need to be able to identify participants who are willing to invest the time and energy into this program, and not just attend the meetings, but also the work that's involved in the team project. The full experience will be beneficial if they attend all of the sessions. However, the first 3 sessions are speakers and legislators that will be joining us to talk about their career paths and their career journeys. But then sessions 4, 5, and 6 will be project work. So it's crucial that students can attend those Zoom sessions. And if they can't, we encourage them to communicate with their team and be accountable for their project work outside of class. So these are the kind of things that we need to communicate to the students when they come to our information session. We're also asking branch coordinators and liaisons to help with any access issues. Like, for example, if a girl is in a remote area and might not have internet access, if you can help identify a local library or somewhere that she can attend the program, that we would appreciate your help in doing so. And keeping in touch with the students as needed. Again, I just want to iterate that attendance is crucial during the project work, because it's part of the competition. Our final session, number 7, is the campaign competition, and the team is depending on you. The team is depending on each of the individuals that make up the campaign team. So next slide, please. We also need branches to help with media outreach and coverage and partner marketing. Again, we're providing you with a pre-formatted press release and camera-ready art for newsletters or newspapers, website, social media, and videos, as mentioned earlier. Next slide. We're building upon AAUW California's existing stakeholder and network strategies, and we're looking to produce a unified philanthropic network that builds the ecosystem and helps drive the impact. Please, if you know of any ideal legislators and speakers for GovTrek, like like possibly district directors or communication folks, or etc. Kindly make the introduction and we'll take it from there. You can send the introduction to govtrek@aauw-california.org. And we appreciate any referrals. The next slide. We are we've created an SBF account. So that's in AAUW speak, that's a special project fund. And awards and swag to GovTrek winners will be provided by AAUW California through this SBF account. Branches and branch members are not required to donate to this fund. However, donations are appreciated and will help support the awards and the swag for winners of the statewide campaign competition. Donations are tax deductible. The branch liaison may ask for donations, and we're asking those donations, just to clarify, ladies, we're asking for donations at the state level from individuals and branches. If your branch would like to create a sub account similar to how you do for Tech Trek, please speak with the SBF group. A fundraising promotional flyer is available on the internal AAUW California website, and we'll show you where to find that tonight. Okay, the next slide, which we're on, thank you, will help identify potential internships and shadow opportunities for winners. GovTrek winners and graduates are presented with internships or shadow opportunities as an additional learning opportunity. We ask you to identify and gauge interest with potential opportunities for our girls and make that introduction to us, and we will reach out. We'll take it from there. The committee will do the follow-up. Next slide, please. This is so good. In our local branch, we ask our Tech Trek girls to come to a meeting to share their experience, similar to the girls on the call today. But these, our branch has a live in-person event for the Tech Trek graduates that came from our community. So we're asking that perhaps you do this too, following the completion of GovTrek in 2024. We want to keep those relationships active. Invite the student and the parent to come join your branch event and have a speaker about their experience at GovTrek. It's a great way to promote the program and possibly increase your membership. And finally, celebrate. I'm sorry, we just covered celebrating student success. And finally, we ask you to please volunteer as a Zoom breakout room facilitator. What we'd like to do is get more than 2 to 3 volunteers per team, and this would be super helpful just in the event that a mentor can't be available. I mean, we're asking our mentors to be available for 4 Saturday sessions that are on the screen right now. And these are the 4 Saturday 2-hour sessions where we need you to facilitate student breakout sessions and mentoring for the campaign project. Training will be provided in early January. That date has yet to be determined, but we will keep you posted. And that training will also be recorded. So if these dates are something possible that are possible to you, if you look at your calendar, we would love your assistance. So at this point, let's take a tour of the website and show you where to find the GovTrek materials. So it's my turn to share my screen, and we will go to the GovTrek website. So please tell me if you see AAUWCalifornia.org on my screen right now, where it says Empowering Women in California. No?
No,
What do you see?
you.
We see you.
Okay, now it's on.
Now it's starting.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, ladies. Shoot.
Yes, now it's on.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Okay, so everyone knows how to go to the public-facing website. Just a quick review of where girls can register. Go to Programs, GovTrek, and then scroll down to the student registration right here. The image is clickable too. So click on the cute little girl with her laptop, and you will see all the information that we're discussing now, about the enrollment, about the participant goal. Its registration is on a first come, first served basis, and girls can register by clicking here on the online registration and survey link. This takes them to a Google form, they complete it, and their information is submitted to us, and we can take it from there by reaching out to their parents for further permission. So that's the external website. I'd like to take you to the internal website, which can, as you know, can be found up here at the smaller menu at the very top of your browser screen. And again, you'll go to programs, and then you'll go to GovTrek, and it takes you here. So this isn't a new design, by the way. I hope you find it easy to navigate. And a shout out needs to go to a young lady called, her name is Ariadna Paleo. I think she's on the call today. She's our GovTrek intern this year, college intern, and she designed this. So thank you, Ariadna. If you go to branch coordinator materials, you will find everything you need. You'll go to program. Are you still seeing it, ladies? Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. Go to program materials, and here you'll see the program flyer in English. You'll also see it in Spanish. You'll see the pre-formatted and written press release available to you. You'll see the fundraising flyer. You'll find the GovTrek information packet, and you'll also find an overview of what the GovTrek campaign simulation competition is. Let's take a look at the flyer really quickly. I want to show you how to download it. You probably already know, but I just want to make sure. So this flyer and the Spanish version you can download by clicking on the link, and then going up to the top right hand corner, you'll see a arrow, a downward facing arrow. Hover over it, it says download, click on that, and it will download it to your computer. Save it, and you're good to go. You can share it with schools and partners, etc. You can do the same with other flyers. So again, program materials, program flyers, or the press release, same idea. You can download it the same way, or the fundraising flyer. Let's take a look at the GovTrek information packet. Now, this is a comprehensive description of the GovTrek program, and your branch coordinator, your GovTrek branch coordinator may want to download this. So you have, and review it quickly just to get an idea of the purpose and the program format, the information and eligibility, the program activities, and then the student registration and parent guardian permission processes. Just hitting back here. Oh, I did want to review the fundraising flyer quickly. Now we're graciously asking you to help fundraise for the GovTrek SPF account. It is not required, but if you like fundraising and you like women in government and you want to support our cause, we appreciate you spreading the word with your branch members. It doesn't have to be a GovTrek focused event. It could be any of your events, but you take a moment to just share the information about this amazing program and ask your members to donate online. We have the option to support the program through PayPal, and we also have the option to support through check and by mail. And on this flyer, this fundraising flyer, it will explain to you down below, which is covered by my toolbar here, is the mailing address and how to fill out your check, and where to send the check and how to fill out the check. Okay, so that covers the program materials. I wanted to show you that the logos are available here. You can right click on these and save image as, and same thing, it'll save it to your computer. We have social media, pre-made social media graphics for you. There's our wonderful speaker Pelosi, who gave the opening remarks last year. You can also, there's some text here that you can put alongside of that video on your AAUW California branch website. If you haven't already, please do. Here we have a GovTrek explainer video. a new one that you can share with your schools and your students and your partners. And then here, you scroll a little bit further, we have several pre-made social media graphics that you can share on your social media profiles, or you can share it on your website or in your newsletters. We've done the work for you. I hope that makes it easier for you ladies. You can download these individually by right-clicking, or you can click on download zip file and download all of them at one time to your computer, and you are good to go. So I hope that is helpful to you. That's where you can find the social media. And finally, let's cover the volunteer information, and we can wrap this up. We highly encourage you to join us as a GovTrek Zoom breakout room facilitator. It's a super fun job. I did it last year. You can find out all of the details, the time commitment, etc. by clicking on this link here. This is the volunteer description, and it shows you how you can be a part of it, and requirements. You want to know what the requirements are? You must be 18 years or older, but there is no specialized experience required. Only the desire to help participants successfully complete their activities and projects is essential. But if you have speech writing experience or public speaking experience, or even experience on the campaign trail, we need you. You are the right person for this job. And it's so fun to work with this age group because they're talented and they're energetic and they have innovative ideas. I really enjoy it. It is really something that I love. And I think you would too. And the teams, like you can tell by Haley and Abigail, they're mostly self-directed. We're really looking to have an adult in the room. It's actually required by law. So check out this description and the dates that we're looking for your help. And if you're interested, please apply on our Google form, which is it's still under volunteer information right here. You can click on the application, and please apply before December 31st, 2023. It's a quick Google form. You don't have to fill out very much information. Just tell us that you're available and your contact info, and we'll reach out to you in early January. So I think with that, I need to stop sharing my screen and bring this back up. So you're probably saying, Shauna, what's next? All this information. What do we do next? Recruitment, recruitment, recruitment. Please use the pre-made materials provided by our committee to encourage girls to register for this free program. They can register online for free at aau-california.org/gov-trek, where I showed you. We just went through where to find it on the public facing website. That's where they can register. And we also please also encourage girls to register for the November 12th optional information session. If for some reason they haven't registered by then, or maybe you're still getting girls to register in early January, that's okay. The information session will be recorded. And finally, please consider volunteering as a Zoom breakout room facilitator. Again, it's a very fun experience to work with these future leaders. Finally, GovTrek 2024 begins on February 3rd. So let's do this together. We can elevate the next generation of women leaders. I want to thank you for your time and support this evening. And so let's open it up for questions from the audience.
Well, Shauna, I have some for you really quickly. You want to hit those?
Sure, let's do
real
that.
quickly. Okay. Can they get a copy of the PowerPoint presentation?
Absolutely, sure.
Will it be on the website?
What? I can either put it on the website or send it out to the group, because we have your contact information. I'll find out what Sandy prefers, and we'll get it to you.
Okay, there was a question about if you have to miss 1 or 2 meetings, are you still eligible to be a breakout room facilitator?
We prefer that you're available for all 4 of those sessions, but if you're just dying to be a part of this, we'll make sure to put you in a room with 3 facilitators. So I think that would be okay.
And then last year's videos are located on the website, right?
Yes, they're on the website and they're also on YouTube.
Okay.
There's a link to YouTube from the website under, let me see where they are. That's the internal site. I think it's under program activities. I'm trying to find it here. Right, and then I'm just gonna have to tell you to go to GovTrek, to the AAW California GovTrek YouTube channel. Oh, there it is. Okay, if you go to the AAW California website and you go to the GovTrek programs, GovTrek, and then you go to what is GovTrek, it's in that section. Anything else, Tracy?
Yes, ma'am. Can juniors repeat as seniors?
Yes, they're eligible.
And I'm asking, I mean, I answered these, but I also want everybody to hear it just in case they have the same question. So where is the application? I think you made that clear. This question was asked earlier, but it's on the AAUW and is live.
Yep.
What were some of the internships that the winners got last year?
Let's see, one was that Abigail shared, and that was for her congressman in District 10, I believe it was. And then there's also a summer democracy Congress. I'm sorry, I'm not remembering the exact name, but there's a summer program for high school students, and they can join virtually, and then they do, so most of their internship virtually, but then they also
meeting. I'll call you later.
then they also serve at the local level to do some campaign work. Another possible internship would be to volunteer as a on the campaign trail for a city council woman. And then we also learned about an internship. No one took this internship, but we learned about a district attorney internship program that's offered in the Sacramento area. So those are the ones that we've identified so far. But again, we're asking your help too. If you know of any possible internships, please let us know.
Okay, and how will the branches access the girls? And they want to know how to get into. So
How to access the girls?
through high schools and career centers and counselors and
Partners. If that's what they meant, or if they're also asking, like, how do we reach the girls that have registered? This year we'll be providing you with their contact information before the program starts. Last year we waited till the end of the program.
And may the girls or their parents attend the information session before they register to see if it's something they'd be interested in doing.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Somebody asked, I only see 6 Saturdays. When is the 7th Saturday?
The 7th Saturday is the campaign competition.
It has
on-
November 12th is a Sunday. They further added.
Yes, it is. The campaign the 7th Saturday is March 16th, which is the campaign competition.
The press release is not editable. Cannot put it in branch.
It's not? Okay, I'll check into that. It should be, but if it wasn't, I'll check into that.
Okay, and there's, the students in our district have trouble with access to technology. They need computers and hotspots. How can we address these disparities to increase access? And that's definitely something for the branches to try and problem solve a little bit. And I would say reaching out to the school districts, because at this point, after the COVID, times of COVID, a lot of districts are one-to-one now. So you would be able to access through the district and ask them, because they had to have a plan for each student. So the best place would be to go to the district and then to the individual schools, and they will be able to give you ideas of how to access hotspots, and probably would get you one. But did you want to add to that, Shauna?
No, I think thank you for answering that. Tracy is a high school teacher, by the way, for everyone on the call.
Yeah, so that's what we did. I mean, most of the districts now are one-to-one, and we would have to just give them a hotspot. We had trouble adding our information to the pre-prepared press release last Friday. Is it editable now?
Oh, okay. It should be, but someone else said it wasn't. So I'll double check that.
Okay. Will
And-
there be more emphasis on non-elected career options in government than last year?
I'm not sure how to answer that. I don't know that we'll be focused more on non-elected. It's probably a healthy
Mhm.
balance
Combo.
between the
Mhm.
two. Mhm. Because we'll still have one girl who's running for office.
Mhm.
And
Only
we
one.
have, you have to understand, the other girls will have to understand how to work together as a campaign team to support that person.
Did you say that information will be sent to past tech truckers by the state?
Yes. Yes, we will definitely send out an email.
Okay, and then there's someone on the side, and they have a potential person interested in presenting. One of the state lawmakers might be interested in presenting. You indicated that you'd like local elected and appointed officials as presenters. Are you interested also in state level elected?
Absolutely. Yes. We had Fiona Ma last year. We have a state level potential speaker that we've reached out to already this year. So yes.
Okay.
And I just noticed that someone asked to highlight Abigail. I don't know if anyone on the committee did that or not, like to highlight her video feed. If we didn't do that, I apologize, ladies. We're getting familiar with Zoom, and we'll do a better job next time.
Okay. And then we have a question from Wendy Levine.
Yeah, hi,
Wendy?
thanks.
Hi.
I saw on when you were showing the page to sign up and the special fund, I guess, that's been set up to raise money for this for GovTrek. Is there an amount? Is there a goal amount? Is it just they're just going to keep taking money in?
No, we don't have a set goal. No, this will be.
Is there a budget that we know about?
AEW California has provided a budget this year to cover prizes and swag of $2,500. So anything above that, we will increase the swag and the prizes. I mean, and make the decision if I believe it can carry over to the next year as well.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, we have a question from Cassie McDuff.
Yeah, thank you. On the sign up page for the girls, it under the question, which branch is closest to them, it instructs them that if they are not associated with a branch, to click unknown. And I'm concerned about that associated with, because these are high school girls and they're not associated with a branch. And, you know, one of our concerns last year was we recruited not just from our city, but from our region. And so we don't know if we ever got to see girls who were recruited by us, but are from a different city. Because, you know, we have multiple cities in our area. that we recruited from. So I'm concerned about that language associated with, that might encourage girls to click unknown, even if they know that they're close to our branch.
Well, what we did last year was if there were any unknowns, which I believe there were, we would do the research on what branch they were closest to and change it in the data. Does that help address your concern?
Well, I mean, we sent you a list of zip codes that we recruited from, but
Right.
you know, we never heard any more. I think we had 8 girls who signed up, 3 who started the program, and 1 who completed it.
Right. Okay. I'm vaguely remembering that. Okay.
No, but my concern is the language associated with, because they are not associated with any branch, any of them, because they're children.
Right. Okay. So you're suggesting just we say something along the lines of what's your nearest branch? What's the nearest AA?
It says that, it says what is the closest branch, but then it says, if you don't know, if you are not associated with a branch, click unknown. But rather, I think you should say if you don't know, because then, you know, they may know which one they're closest to, but they're not associated with it.
Got it. Okay. Okay. I'll
So,
give it.
you know, before you leave me, I just, you know, mine was the question about the 6 Saturdays, because on the slide of the Saturdays, I quickly wrote them down. You went through the slides really quickly, but I got 3 days in February and 3 days in March, and that's 6. So that was my question. There's one missing. When is it?
Okay. Let me go back to that slide. It is, isn't it? Good catch, Cassie.
So is it 6 or 7 Saturdays?
It's 7, including the campaign competition.
But the competition is March 16th, and that's on there, right?
So this is, let me share my screen again really quickly and I'll show you. It's on the website is correct. The slide deck was incorrect. And thank you for catching that. Let's see.
Someone added that the slide didn't have 217.
Yep, that must be it. So can you see my screen right now where it says, where I'm highlighting the dates?
Yes,
Okay, so it must have been the February 17th.
yep, it's there. Got it.
Okay, good catch.
Okay.
Will you be joining us again this year, Cassie?
Well, you know, I'm looking at the dates and I've already got a conflict on 2 of the first 3, so it's difficult. You know, I hope that there are people, you know, there was only 1 from my branch after all the work we put into recruiting. There was only 1 whose schedule allowed her to participate in the first 3. And when I was available after the first 3, you said, we don't need any more facilitators. So even though I was available for the last 3, I was not able to participate.
Right, and that was due to the attrition rate. But keep in mind, this year, it's February 24th, March 2nd, and March 9th is where we really, really need you. The first one, February 3rd as well, but that's more for an icebreaker activity. We don't actually need all of our volunteers on that date, but we do need folks on the 24th, the 2nd, and the 9th. If you're available, we'd love to have you.
Okay, I'll clear my calendar on those dates. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you.
Great. Okay, we have a question from Erica Wilson.
Stop sharing.
Okay, I participated last year as a breakout room coordinator, and it was great fun. I don't know if I can this year because my daughter-in-law is having a baby the first week of February. So, but I'll see. The question that I had was, I noticed that the 2 alumni who talked to us earlier were both from the same city and both from we're both on the same team. What I found last year is that, in some ways it was good, but it was a real mix of girls from different areas and none of them knew each other. And so I wondered whether those two girls worked better because they were in the same area and maybe knew each other. And the other thing was that, like Cassie said, we recruited, 8 girls, however many showed up on the first day, but none of them were in my group. So I had no contact with any of with any of the participants that were actually from our area. And I just think that was a mistake, that it would have been better. First of all, we could have, as a branch, we could have reached out to those girls and maybe kept them in the program more. And then also, at the end, we could have a congratulation party from our branch and have them come to, one of our branch meetings, or I don't know, it could have been more, more interesting for us and for them. And I don't know whether that's been thought about.
I think,
Did I make myself clear?
I think so. Yes, yes. And thank you for serving last year.
It was fun.
It is fun. I like it too. I think the challenge is that we'd like to assign the girls not randomly, but from different areas. Typically, we were looking to mix it up so that girls from Bay Area can meet girls from Southern California and vice versa, or Central or LA area. So that's the first challenge. Like, how can we, if we don't assign them to their actual community, then we can't also assign them to volunteers from that same community. Does that make sense?
I don't know if it could be done that, even if they're randomly assigned, that at least there are a couple of girls who are from the same area on the same team. And with at least one volunteer from that same area. It felt to me like the process in our breakout rooms would have been better if the girls had started off feeling some affiliation with an area or a town or a volunteer. Because I thought we wasted a lot of time, or not wasted, but we took up a lot of time sort of getting to know each other. And that was the point at which a lot of the girls dropped out. We started out with 5 or 6 members on our team and ended up there were just really 2 girls that did all the work.
Well, we can look into that too, when we're assigning volunteers to assigning, like you're saying, to a group that has at least one student from your area. We can look into that for you.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Erica.
And we have Lucy Thomas Harrington.
Yes, thank you for that social media download. Just made our lives so much better right there. So thank you for thinking about that and making it ready to go. My question that I asked Tracy to be addressed is, we're stepping directly on Speech Trek in terms of our timing in our branch, and we've worked hard to get students in Speech Trek. And though these may be different students, we're recruiting at basically the same kind of time. So I'm suggesting and wondering if it would be more effective if we slid either Speech Trek or GovTrek forward in time. I was thinking GovTrek because it would align directly with elections, which would be a nice kind of culmination for the contest, and a nice tie-in to what's going on at the state level and the national level.
unfortunately, we can't change the dates at this point in time
Oh, I was thinking for next year.
for next year. Okay. You're, how do I say this? You're not the first person that has said that.
Mhm.
It makes sense that we don't overlap our programs. Yeah, I think when looking at the dates, ideally, if we had GovTrek in the fall would
Right.
probably be the best.
Yeah.
But that, that requires preparation and planning to start a lot sooner than July, which is when our committees form. So
Mhm.
it's something that we might consider in the future, and I'll definitely bring it up again when we're talking about 2025.
Sounds good. I just hate to see us cannibalize our own programs.
Right.
Mm.
I agree, because even the speech trek program director, she was saying, oh, our girls would be perfect for GovTrek. And they might even run as the candidate. They might choose to be the candidate of the group. So
Right.
I agree. Mhm.
Thank you.
Sure. Thanks, Lucy.
Okay, we have Wendy Levine.
Oh, thanks. Again, this is unrelated to that, but as I remember it, the attrition rate was the problem when it came time to really do the work. And I think some of the girls had trouble coordinating meetings together. And so they wound up not meeting. And I know that this was something that we were aware of when it was happening. Is there some kind of plan to keep the girls more involved throughout this time?
And more accountable. We're asking the teams to hold their team members accountable. For instance, with Abigail and Haley's team, they had that same issue. And at the end, when it was time to give them awards, we asked them, do they believe that the participation level, from certain team members was acceptable? So like as a team, they decide. So that's one thing. The other thing is to holding them accountable. I don't know how we would do that. Our information session is going to emphasize the importance of them doing their share of the workload and making it clear that this isn't just a lecture only program. There's work to be done. So we're hoping to nip it in the bud there. Do you have any other suggestions? We're open to it.
Well, I was thinking, I guess, in terms of like the facilitators, I facilitated a couple meetings and I was barely needed, which was fine. But since it seemed like we did have more than enough, maybe some could be more mentor type for the team. And that could be a lot of phone work or email or some, social media, something to check if, hey, how's it going? And what are you working on this week? Or I don't know, something like that.
So you're saying following up outside of the class. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So definitely something to consider. And also we are going to offer office hours. I'd like to ask some of the graduates from last year to be available to help the teams with issues that they might be having. But that doesn't necessarily address the attendance issue. But it might address some of the technology challenges or project challenges that they had. Okay, thanks, Wendy.
Okay, Shauna, we have two last questions. We're right at 8:02, so we're trying to respect people's time. So two last questions. Alicia Chu.
I'm just curious. I thought we were recruiting teams of girls from the area, but it's what I heard just now was that we recruit and then you all mix them all up and they may or may not be with people they probably won't be with people they know.
Yes, we're asking you to recruit individual students. Yep. I mean, if all of our branches recruited just 2 students, we would hit our our goal.
What
Um,
is the max
We're looking for 140 students
to participate?
to participate. And Alicia, just so you know, and I know we're over time, so we need to wrap it up, but just so you know, once the students register and they confirm that they're going to complete the program, or they plan to complete the program, we send out a survey and we ask them to identify the top policy issues that they're concerned about. And based on that, we form teams. So we try to put girls with similar interests together on a team, regardless of where they're from.
Okay. Is that part of the information? If I send assistant principal or dean of student interaction, would they find that in, because I've gone through it and I don't remember reading that anywhere.
That is not in our documentation. It is in the explainer video, though. It says tackle public policy issues that matter.
Okay.
Are you asking, would you prefer to have a description for your school?
In my mind, I saw the competition last year. I'm very excited about doing it. I've been contacting to get through to people who could get as excited at the high schools and be involved. But my impression was they knew each other, not that they were from four corners of the state working together for this particular project.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a whole different. Then you need independent young ladies who are willing to work on their own and meet other people.
Meet girls. Yeah, it takes a special kind of girl. It does.
But they need to know that ahead of time. And I would not have been putting out that information.
Okay. All right. I'm taking that feedback and I'll write something up for you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. Last question, Cassie.
Yeah, just real quickly, I'm sorry if I missed it, but is there a training session for the facilitators or mentors?
Absolutely. In January. That date is still to be determined, but we will hold one.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
And I do see one last hand though.
Yes, Maylee.
There we go. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Hi. Yes, I too was a facilitator last year and enjoyed it very much, very much. But I just, having worked on a number of campaigns myself at different levels, very local and then a presidential campaign, you are thrown together with a lot of people that you've never met before. And you need to work as a team. And in that respect, I think the design of GovTrack is spot on, where girls are put in teams with people. Of course, you know, you support a candidate because you support certain issues and certain perspectives on those issues. So to that extent, you've got something in common, but generally in campaigns, you are working with people that you just met. So I think that's a kind of skill building as well. Just wanted to say that.
Thank you. We appreciate that feedback. Thank you. But to Alicia's point, maybe we just need to clarify that a little bit better. Got it. Okay. Well, we're super excited about the 2024 GovTrack program. And please reach out to us with any further questions at our email address, govtrek@aaw-california.org. Please go out there and recruit bright ladies, bright young leaders. And I keep seeing hands raised, but I think we need to wrap it up out of respect for your time. So please recruit our future leaders, and we'll see you at the next peer group session. Thank you so much.